Blog Talk Radio.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And welcome to the balance. It is finally here. What we have been waiting for so long, well, at least 12 months, 11 and a half months. All right, the Indianapolis 500 qualifications is here, and we're going to be breaking it down for the next 90 minutes or so. And then we'll chime in on some NASCAR, but for the most part, today's show is dedicated to qualification weekend at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We're also going to be talking some NBA at the last part of the show, so NBA fans just kind of stick around, if you will. And Mo from the BS Sports show is going to be joining us. Big news coming out of the NBA, of course, the NBA Finals. Tyreek Evans also suspended 2 years, or kicked out of the NBA for 2 years. We'll see what happens if he is ever able to come back to the NBA. Big news breaking there with that. Of course, the NHL Stanley Cup Finals going on. But I tell you what, I hate to minimize all of that, but there's nothing bigger than the Indianapolis 500. And joining us here in the Balance Green Room in just a moment is Matthew Embry. He is out at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which I will be out there right immediately following this show. And Matthew and I will be out there all weekend and getting you ready for a field of 33. And that's very, very important because next Saturday, is our annual show, the Field of 33. So we're going to be talking about Matthew's gridology as well. We'll be right back right here on the Balance Radio Network. Don't go away. Things are about to pick up speed, no pun intended.
Tonight, I just want to take you away. Throw your hands up in the sky. Let's set this party alright. Players, put your pinky rings up to the moon. Girls, what y'all trying to do? 24 carats net.
The Air National Guard is a reserve component of the United States Air Force and serves alongside active duty Air Force members in times of a national crisis. In addition, the Air Guard serves the state and local community in a wide range of capacities. The reason people join the Air Guard is as diverse as our members and includes such reasons as a deep desire to serve their country, money for college, travel, new job skills, and the pride that goes along with belonging to the greatest military organization in the world. I joined because I felt a calling to serve my country, but I didn't want to be far away from my family, so the Indiana Air National Guard was a perfect fit for me. With over 95 different career opportunities to choose from and 100% paid college tuition to any state-funded college, why not give us a call? Call 1-800-841-3103 or visit online at goang.com to find out more. Again, that's 1-800-841-3103. The Air National Guard, guarding America, defending freedom.
It's double trouble, double the fun at African Safari Wildlife Park in Port Clinton, Ohio. See the largest antelope on Earth, the giant eland, and the ugliest creature on Earth, the African warthog. There's so much to see and do, including the Midwest's only drive-through safari. Feed the animals, see live educational shows, feel the excitement. Have your picture taken with a python or cockatoo. Feel the adventure. Shop the Symbol Lodge gift shop with items available from around the globe. Visit the snack bar or picnic facilities. Enjoy a pony or camel ride. Or cheer your favorite porker on to victory in the famous Pork Chop Down. Bring your family to see the rare and exotic animals at African Safari Wildlife Park in Port Clinton, Ohio. Just take Route 2 to the Route 53 North exit and follow the sign. Only 17 miles west of Cedar Point via Route 6. Open every day, rain or shine.
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be confusing. Like Swedish techno confusing.
Bark, bark, meow, meow. Dance with me, purple cow. Bark, bark, meow, meow. Ooh, you lovely cow.
Geico makes it easy. With 24/7 access, all you have to do is go to Geico.com and you can save money on car insurance. It just makes sense. Unlike,
Dance with me, purple cow. I like your moves.
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be hard. Like early 90s heavy metal hard.
I'm yelling and screaming, and I'm loud. Roar.
Geico makes it easy. You can review and update your policy or report a claim on Geico.com or the Geico mobile app. Because shouldn't we all have a little less stress in our lives?
I'm not even upset about anything.
All right, welcome back to the Balance. My name is Tom Michael, President. It's a time to kick things off. It is qualified weekend out at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. In just a 24 short hours, we will have our field of 33 joining us live from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Matthew Embry, our official IndyCar contributor, WSBT up in South Bend. How are you, sir?
I tell you what, Tom, isn't this fun? I mean, certainly the weather's throwing us a curveball.
Isn't it?
Yeah, the weather's throwing us a curveball. We have the hottest conditions we've had all week, and a big element of unknown looking ahead to tomorrow with an 80% chance of showers and thunderstorms. I think today is going to be a get-it-done day. If you don't get it done today, I think you're going home.
Well, you're absolutely right. Here's the thing. I mean, we've seen a lot of stuff going on in practice this week, and we'll go and get into that in just a second. And we're going to get into these cars. But here's the thing. I mean, really, I don't care if you're Penske. I don't care if you're Ed Carpenter. It does not really matter about the size of your team or your budget. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway takes no favorites. You've got to get out there today and make it happen. Yesterday, we had a little bit of rain, then we had some rain the day before, but then yesterday we had some rain. Then we had some really hot track temperatures. I mean, this is Indianapolis. Stick around. The weather's going to change. That's why when they just say, it's going to happen. Let's talk about a big storyline we saw earlier on this week, midway this week, and that's Fernando Alonso hitting the wall. I think that they're able to get the car fixed, but if not, they've got the backup car. But I tell you what, that maybe because of the name, maybe it is, but that was our biggest news of the week. Fernando Alonso hits the wall at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Honestly, you look at Alonso, and I'm starting to really wonder if McLaren underestimated just how tough of a monster this event is. They looked very lethargic during the open test in April, and it's just continued here. Even up to the crash, they looked lethargic here as well. They did just bring out the backup car out for a shakedown run. I didn't see exactly what they did run on a simulated attempt, but I think he gets in the field, but it certainly is not the contending challenge that we thought we would see from the two-time world driving champion. It has been a struggle, and for his three Carlin teammates, I think at least two of them possibly maybe going home after this weekend.
Well, we've seen two wrecks this week, at least notable wrecks. O'Ward hits the wall yesterday. I believe, yesterday. Of course, he's a rookie, Patricia O'Ward. not hurt. Excuse me. In the crash there on the wall. But what are your thoughts about Patricia Award? I'm sorry, I'll get that right. Excuse me.
I tell you,
we're going
Pato
to
really
get
hurt
through this.
himself.
Go ahead.
Pato really hurt himself with that accident. I had him going at least maybe row 7 or 8 had he gotten in solidly and maybe been the top Carlin car of the bunch of the 4 they have here, including Max Chilton and Charlie Kimball. That accident, I think, has left him a little bit shell-shocked, and I have him as one of my last 4 in just to make the field. I think it's going to be a struggle for him to get in the field. I think it's going to be a struggle for Max Chilton to get into the field, and that's interesting considering Max Chilton led more laps than anyone here 2 years ago in the race and finished 4th. He's by no means safe. And you mentioned Alonso, and then obviously the accident involving Kyle Kaiser. Now he's to a backup car. It's essentially a road course car and trying to make the field with that. So it's certainly becoming a survival of the fittest as far as drivers having to, scramble just to make the field of 33 today.
Well, let's get into your graditology on your field of 33. Obviously, we're going to have at least from 10 down. Tomorrow's a big day. We'll get into that a little bit later. But tomorrow's a big day. We'll have our field of 33. We have our annual special that we've been doing for years here, and that is the field of 33 next Saturday. Let's do your graditology real quick. Break it down for us, car by car, as we get into qualification weekend. And then we're going to start getting into the nuts and bolts of everything of what's going to happen today at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Well, I've gone with Will Power from day one as my number 1 on graditology. I'm sticking with him throughout here, even though he was not fast on Fast Friday. I still think he's got a serious chance, as is teammate Simon Pagenaud. And Ed Carpenter got the early draw. I think that's enough to move him to the outside of the front row potentially. Right behind him, his teammate Piggott also got an early draw, so Spencer's going to be a threat. Alexander Rossi got an early draw. I think that's going to be the story right now until you can get the car centered around what the warmer conditions. I think the first runs could be the fastest runs for everybody. Joseph Newgarden's on row 2, then row 3. Ed Jones, he had the fastest no-toe time. He only got to go over 2:30 on his own, but he has a late draw in the initial qualifying line, so I don't know how much he's going to get hurt. Elio at 8, Dixon at 9. And then if we do have a session, again, it's a long shot, but we do have a shootout session. I have Bourdais, Sato, Marco Andretti just missing. Colton Hurd is on that list, Ryan Hunter-Reay, TK, Hinch. It's close, but the thing is, I think right now you look at those, and I think if you're talking about guys that are making moves up the list, Connor Daly, I have him all the way up to 18. Of course, he was the fastest yesterday. He is the first car out today. Whether or not that gets him all the way there, I don't know. Rosenquist with his crash is dropping in my list. I have him now down to 19. For instance, I have Ferrucci now moving up to 22. I had Alonso at 26. And as far as around that cut line, I think Marcus Ericsson's in a much safer spot. And believe it or not, I think that Pippa Mann has enough, considering what's happened with the opposition around her. I think she will get in the field after last year's qualifying failure. I think she will surprise some people today. And then you talk about Chilton and O'Ward. Can they get in or not? That's a big question in my mind. And then my 3 out, Jordan King with Rail Letterman, Kyle Kaiser with Juncos, and Ben Hanley with Dragon Speed. And true to form, the majority of laps in this morning session have been those 3 guys. So that clearly tells you they're feeling the pressure right now as to whether or not they can find the speed to get in today.
Well, that's exactly right. I was just getting ready to talk with you a little bit. I know you're out there at the track, so you know what's going on. But Fernando Alonso, you got Jordan King, Kyle Kaiser, Ben Hanley, and Patricia Award all clocking some fast speeds there at the track. Talk with us a little bit about Into, what's not. We know we have a lot of people that listen to our show regularly that aren't necessarily race fans or novice race fans, if you will. We talk about speeds in tow, and we We saw Connor Daly yesterday having some really good speeds in tow. Talk with us a little bit when we hear that. What does that mean? And first of all, and that's what we mean when we talk about going out there and playing around in the draft.